Namaskar. Welcome to Government E-Marketplace. Demand Aggregation. Welcome. In this module, we will learn the process of demand aggregation. Demand aggregation (DA) is a government e-marketplace GEM initiative as per the directions of Cabinet Secretariat to procure commonly used goods by multiple buyers in a department or multiple departments with the same ministry or state. This module covers the following topics: secondary buyer login, DA buyer bid placement, bid creation flow, DA buyer demand creation flow, secondary buyer contract creation flow, DA buyer login into GEM portal using his user ID and password. Post login, DA buyer is directed to the DA dashboard. DA buyer can go to the marketplace to select the product they want to place the DA bid. DA buyer selects a product and starts creating a demand. DA buyer selects the golden parameters associated with the product and adds the product to cart. After DA buyer presses proceed to checkout, a DA demand is created. In draft mode, all secondary buyers under the same ministry as the DA buyer would be able to see the DA demand under their DA dashboard. Buyers can also check the product specification against which the DA demand has been drafted but would not be able to place any intent. DA buyer selects the DA demand using Manage Demand option from the DA dashboard. The DA buyer now enters the end date and clicks on Publish Demand. Once the demand is published, all buyers under the same ministry or state as DA buyer would be able to create indents for the published DA demand. The dashboard view. The status of DA demand is now published. Secondary buyer login. Buyer indent creation. A buyer under the same ministry or state as DA buyer would now be able to view and create indents by pressing on Create Indent and share his indent with the DA buyer. The buyer must create indent by providing the consignee details, state, delivery location and quantity. Once the consignee is assigned, the buyer can submit the indent by pressing Submit. The buyer can further change the indent as many times by pressing Edit Consignee option. The buyer can also view his DA dashboard and anytime place an indent as per the end date of the DA demand. Secondary buyer can access all the DA demands from the GEM dashboard by clicking on the DA demand link. DA buyer bid placement. DA buyer can process individual indents. Click on Approve to approve the demand. Click on Place bid. Bid creation flow. Click on Save to save consignee details. DA buyer selects ATC and clicks on Submit. Bid created successfully. DA buyer demand creation flow. DA buyer creates demand. Demand aggregate breakup pop-up details. DA buyer can view the demand aggregate breakup by clicking on the CTA. The buyer can now create order and is redirected to his respective DA dashboard. This completes his journey in the current DA flow. Secondary buyers whose indents were approved will now be able to see respective demands created under the demand section in the dashboard for the indents they created and further create contracts. Secondary buyer contract creation flow. Secondary buyers can now log in and go to dashboard and click on all demand. Secondary buyers can now be able to see all the demands and can create contracts by using the process demand option. Secondary buyer pre-contract screen. Contract created and order placed successfully. Thank you.